What up? It's your boy Ray V. Let's get it.
Sad boy
quote of the day. F ain't for fields, it's for fantasies. So let's get into our deepest fantasies, baby.
I'll give you a third for him, though.
Comment section. Anthony notes. Fire emoji, fire emoji, fire emoji. All I gotta say to that is bang, bang, bang. You feel me? It's Tuesday, but we'll try something a little different. We'll do a trending Tuesday today. We're going to look at KeepTradeCut and see what players are trending as top 5 risers and top 5 fallers as of late. Let's check them out. Alright, so we're here on KeepTradeCut. And here's our top 5 risers, top 5 fallers right here. Check out Eli Raridon. He looks like he's the one who jumped up the most. So from draft time, then he was like at 34. No one really cared about him. Eli Raridon. The only news that I really got on him is the tight end ahead of him is hurt, so it just opens up the tight end 2 job for Eli Raridon right behind Hunter Henry. 12-13 personnel, they just want him in there, so he does have an opportunity. I know they just got AJ Brown, but Eli Raridon dynasty value jumping up is definitely because of that. I mean, Hunter Henry, albeit they didn't have AJ Brown, they did have Stephon Diggs, but Hunter Henry had a pretty good year last year, so the tight end spot for the Patriots is just a sleeper pick probably. Hunter Henry should still be good this year, but Eli Raridon will definitely get his run. So we can see here that he's 401 to 405 value. He is a future pick value of early to mid 4th. Not horrible. So we can check out the trades right here. We'll just look at the top 3 most recent trades. So we got Colson Loveland, 2028 3rd, and Eli Raridon for Garrett Wilson, a 2027 1st and 3rd. 14 teams, start 10, 1 PPR, Superflex, tight end premium. The tight end premium, you got Colson Loveland over here, but you're getting Garrett Wilson and a 1st. I would rather have Garrett Wilson in the 1st. That's not even a Raridon trade. Sorry, Raridon. 2 forts for Raridon. Superflex, 10 teams, start 9, 1 PPR. I don't hate it. Raridon usually goes like late 2nd, early 3rd now, so 2 forts. Hey, man. You'll get the Patriots' future tight end, man. That's the next Tom Brady to Gronk, man. That's going to be Drake May to Raridon. I'm telling y'all, not really, but you know. And the last one's going to be BTJ, 2028 1st, Jonathan Brooks, and Eli Raridon for Trey McBride. Superflex, tight end premium. 12 teams, start 10, 1 PPR. BTJ in a 1st. It's a 2028 1st for McBride. Jonathan Brooks too. That's a lot. I guess I would rather just take McBride. Would I give up BTJ and a 2028 1st for McBride? Definitely. But yeah, Jonathan Brooks, that's like another 2nd. I think I would do that. I think I'd just take McBride. Just another trade where Raridon's not the main piece. So guys around him: Oscar Delp, Taquan Thornton, Kendre Miller, Raridon, Musgrave, Cedric Tillman, and Ewers. I would have Raridon at the top. Maybe Oscar Delp above him, but I think I like Raridon more. So I put Raridon all the way to the top. I'd even have him above Oscar Delp, if I'm being honest. So 304 Raridon, Oscar Delp 305. I don't care about the rest. Value adjacent tight ends: Evan Engram, Justin Jolie, Oscar Delp, Raridon, Musgrave, Sinat, and Knox. I would have Raridon at the top. I think I'd have Justin Jolie, then Oscar Delp, then Evan Engram. That's probably how I'd have it. I mean, Evan Engram might take away from Justin Jolie this year, but for the future, I really do like Justin Jolie. Joker role, blah, blah, blah. You know, Sean Payton and his words. I do like Oscar Delp, but I feel like Vele is going to be more of like a power slot for them, so I don't know. I feel like Vele and Oscar Delp will be splitting snaps on the field, so I don't know if that's really good for him. So our next guy is going to be Oscar Delp. So Oscar Delp rising. He rose a little bit. He rose up a little bit from a month ago, 336. Nothing crazy. I haven't seen much news on him either. Probably just people being hyped. Maybe he had a cool catch or something during camp, but he's valued 401 to 405 in 2026 and 2027 early to mid 4th. We'll look at recent trades for him. 2nd round pick and Oscar Delp for Dalton Kincaid, Superflex tight end premium, 12 teams, start 10.5 PPR. I think I'd rather have Dalton Kincaid. I think this year is going to be a turn up year for Dalton Kincaid. Hopefully he doesn't get hurt this year. He's always had some nagging injury and everything, but I feel like it's his time now. I just feel like it. And they added DJ Moore on the outside. That underneath should be open for Dalton Kincaid. Hopefully he does something finally, but maybe not. But I think I like that for Dalton Kincaid. If you can get away with just a 2nd for Dalton Kincaid, anything less than that, I would do it. Don't hate the 2027 2nd. But Dalton Kincaid was a 1st rounder like 2 years ago or whenever he was drafted, so it's fair. All is fair. The lower the better, obviously. Not really an Oscar Delp trade, sorry. Next one's going to be Jonathan Brooks, Adonai Mitchell, 3rd, 4th, and Oscar Delp for Saquon Barkley and Devontae Adams. Why? Yes. 1 QB, 12 team start 10, 1 PPR. Give me this side. I wouldn't do all of this for just Saquon. All of this, I doesn't say all of this for just Devontae Adams, but it's not that crazy. Not that crazy. but easily Saquon and Devontae. Another not Oscar Delp trade. Jahmyr Gibbs, Oscar Delp for Jonathan Taylor, Ladd McConkey, and Mike Evans. Superflex, tight end premium, 10 teams, start 10, 1 PPR. I mean, this guy clearly needs receivers, but I think I'd rather just have Jahmyr Gibbs. I'd rather have Jahmyr Gibbs card carry my running back room and just make up my wide receiver room with something else, honestly. Value Jason players, Evan Engram, Justin Jolie, Tolbert, Delp, Thornton, Miller, Eli Raridon. Would have Oscar Delp at number 2, Raridon on top, Evan Engram, Justin Jolie, whatever way you want to have them underneath. Value adjacent tight ends, Parkinson, Engram, Jolie, Delp, Raridon, Musgrave, Sinot. Would have Raridon still at the top here, Oscar Delp right after, Evan Engram, Justin Jolie, however you want to have them. That's really all that matters. Next guy is Carson Beck. He went up 326 points. I can only assume this is because Jacoby Brissett is showing up to camp, but he is holding in. He is not practicing at all. Hold your ground. Hold your ground, Jacoby Brissett. You went 1-8 or 0-8 last year, man. Hold your ground. It's all good. I got some Carson Beck shares. I'll be cool with him, getting some games in, and hopefully I could just sell him high. Current pick value 303 to 307 in 2026, and a mid to late third round pick in 2027. We went up like 300 in the last month. The recent trades with him. 2027 first and Carson Beck for Cam Ward. Superflex tight end premium. 10 teams, start 11, 1 PPR. I would do that. What the hell? Give me 1 first for Cam Ward. I would trade 1 first for Cam Ward. If you really need Carson Beck, that's fine with me. I don't care how many games Carson Beck starts for the Cardinals this year. If he does, give me Cam Ward. On a year that Cam Ward's supposed to be nice and he's supposed to be projected well, the whole Titans offense is on the boom. Give me Cam Ward. Deshaun Stribling, Tyler Algier, Carson Beck for Terry McLaurin. Superflex tight end premium, 12 teams, start 10, 1 PPR. Give me McLaurin. I think McLaurin's worth like a second. I think Stribling's like in the second. So it's like a second, third, fourth with the Algier. Sorry, Stribling. Give me McLaurin. McLaurin's gonna score those points. A Stribling could be something of the future for the Niners, but give me McLaurin. Give me my points right now. I don't gotta wait for McLaurin. Carson Beck for Kyle Williams straight up. Superflex 12 teams, start 9, 1 PPR. No. I'm keeping Carson Beck. I do not want Kyle Williams. You're tripping. Value adjacent overall players: Hunter Henry, Geno Smith, 2028 third. Carson Beck, 2027 late third. Jake Tongas, Trey Benson. Give me Carson Beck under Geno Smith. I'd probably have Geno Smith on number 1 right here, Hunter Henry after him, and then Carson Beck after. Jake Tongas probably the one right after that. Come on, we got to give respect in Superflex leagues to Geno Smith. Hunter Henry was really good last year. Got to give respect to that too. Value adjacent quarterbacks: Shador, Jacoby Brissett, Mac Jones, Geno Smith, Carson Beck, Milrow, and A-Rich. I would have Jacoby over Shador and Geno Smith right under Jacoby. Probably Shador right after that, and then Carson Beck. Shador still has a chance to be a starting quarterback this year. The open competition, allegedly. That's what they're saying. You got to give him the respect there and put him up a little bit. I don't care about everyone else out there. Next guy is Caleb Douglas, plus 261. Caleb Douglas, he was the first wide receiver taken for the Miami Dolphins, but he's usually the last one. Actually, Kevin Coleman Jr. Never mind, Kevin Coleman Jr. is the one who's always the last one, but Caleb Douglas usually falls to the 4th round. Yeah, so he's going after the 4th, 12 usually. He's less than a late 2027 4th. But he does have a chance to, that wide receiver room is wide open. Anybody could take over. It could be Caleb Douglas, it could be Kevin Coleman Jr., it could be Chris Bell. Even though Chris Bell's coming back from an injury, it might not even start the season. It could be any of them. It could be any of the guys who are still there. You got Tutu Atwell, Jalen Tolbert, and you have Malik Washington. So any of those guys could really do something. And they still got Greg Dulcich, so it's going to be Greg Dulcich season. Come on, let's be for real. So recent trades: Caleb Douglas for 2027 4th, Superflex 12 teams, start 9, 1 PPR. That's fine. Give that to me. Give me the upside in Caleb Douglas. Who knows what this 2027 4th is going to be? Who cares? 2028 first, 2027 second, Chris Bell, Caleb Douglas for Nico Collins and Mike Evans. Give me Superflex tight end premium, 12 teams, start 10, 0.5 PPR. Give me Nico Collins, Mike Evans. This is 1 first essentially. There's a first and a second, and that's a 2028 first for Nico Collins. You get Mike Evans for Chris Bell and Caleb Douglas. That's fine with me. Chris Bell is like a 2nd round pick, to be fair. So that's like straight up Mike Evans. 1 and a 2 for Nico Collins. That's cool with me. That's less than 2 first. I wouldn't say Nico is worth 2 first, but if I'm selling Nico, I'm selling him for 2 first. So give me Nico Collins and Mike Evans. Next trade, Ty Simpson, 2027 second, 2027 4th, Caleb Douglas for Kenyon Sadiq and Nick Singleton. These are very similar picks right here. Ty Simpson and Sadiq to second for Singleton, really, because Singleton goes in the 2nd and then 2 4th rounds essentially. I guess give me Sadiq and Nick Singleton. Don't really love Ty Simpson. You gotta wait for him forever. Is he even gonna be good after that? He's still fighting Stetson Bennett right now, and for the QB2 spot, they have Jimmy Garoppolo mulling over retirement because both of those guys suck. They just give Jimmy G a better contract to be the backup for another year, and That doesn't bode well with me. I know Ty Sims is like the future, but you got to remember how long you're gonna wait. The value adjacent overall players: Gesicki, Martinez, Vele, Douglas, Treylon Burks, Roschon Johnson, Bellinger. Probably have Vele at the top and Caleb Douglas right after. Value adjacent wide receivers: Bryce Lance, Xavier Thomas, Vele, Douglas, Burks, Walker, Calvin Austin. Might have Xavier Thomas above Bryce Lance, then Bryce Lance, Vele, Douglas. So same spot. So he's fine. Next guy's gonna be Josh Jacobs plus 240. So he's valued around 109 to 201 in the 2026 and a late first to early second in 2027. His value did drop, as we can see right here, right before the news and all the allegations and everything. His arrest came out. Seems like a 44.85, and he fell down maybe 900, almost 1,000-ish right there, and now he's slowly rising back up as it's getting quieter and quieter. That happened May 28th, so it's been a little over a month now. People are forgetting, not too many news. Forgot what the Green Bay Packers coach said. I can't remember. LaFleur was like, business is business or something like that. He might look like he's fine for the year. I would not put it on, for the rest of his career. They could definitely get him for next year. They could definitely pull up a bunch of stuff. So I would be wary with them. You want a championship this year? It doesn't look like anything's going to happen this year unless some hard evidence comes out, some video recordings or something. So he does look fine this year. If it holds as is, I don't see them suspending him, putting him on the exempt list or anything this year. But for the future, that's a different story. So he was RB22. He only dropped down to RB25. Definitely thought he fell harder than that. Definitely thought he went to like RB30, but he only dropped down like 4 spots from that. So it might be a good time. To buy him now, if you're about it. If you are only thinking about this year, definitely. If you're trying to buy him for dynasty value for future, I would hold. I would only buy him if you're a serious contender this year and he puts you over the top. So Josh Jacobs, 2027 second, Superflex tight end premium, 12 teams, start 11.5 PPR. Give me Josh Jacobs. Fine, I'll take him now. It's a little too quiet on the Western front, so just take them. Josh Jacobs, TJ Hawkinson, Darnell Mooney, Rondé Gaskin, Denzel Boston, and Aaron Jones. Superflex 10 teams, start 10, 1 PPR. I think I'd still rather just take Jacobs. This is a good positional swap to Denzel Boston right here. Denzel Boston's like right there, 112, 201 area. That's probably where Jacobs is valued. Aaron Jones should be still good for this year. Nothing super crazy. And then Gaskin is Gaskin. Darnell Mooney might be good, especially if Neighbors starts off slow or starts off on the pup or something. I guess I'd rather just take this Josh Jacobs side. Next one's going to be Kyron Williams, Josh Jacobs, Troy Franklin for James Cook, T. Higgins, and 2027 third. Give me James Cook, T. Higgins. That's fine with me. Superflex 10 teams, start 10, 1 PPR. I know this side has 2 running backs, but you do get James Cook, the best running back of all 3, and you get T. Higgins back. Yeah, it's a clear upgrade over Troy Franklin, and you just get a third back. That's fine. So we got Alec Pierce, Christian Watson, Jordan Addison, Josh Jacobs, Daniel Jones, late 2026 first, early 2027 second. Probably you could put Josh Jacobs at the top of this. I don't really like Alec Pierce anyway, so yeah, I'll put him at the top. Value adjacent running backs: Travis Etienne, Achane, Lyshaw Tuden, Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, DeAndre Swift, Kyle Monungai, David Montgomery. I'd probably just keep it that way. Maybe Derrick Henry above Tuden, and then maybe Josh Jacobs above Tuden. Just move them all, slide them all one up like that. But right now, I'd rather have Derrick Henry than Josh Jacobs. With a murky future beyond this year, I'd rather have Derrick Henry, honestly. Etienne, Achane, you can leave him at the top right there. That's fine. Now we're gonna go top 5 fallers. It should be a lot quicker because these guys are just falling, hopefully. So less than the 412 and less than a late 2027 fourth. Probably just because everyone's talking about Emmett Johnson and Imari DiMercado battling for that RB2 spot. They still have Rashard Smith and everything, and I feel like Kareem Hunt is only going to the Chiefs. If he's not on the Chiefs, he doesn't want to play football. So you can see how hard he dropped recently. So it totally makes sense. So let's see. Kareem Hunt 410 for Torrey Horton, 1 QB, 12 teams, start 7, 1 PPR. Give me Torrey Horton. Kareem Hunt for Najee Harris, Superflex 12 teams, start 8, 1 PPR. Give me Najee. Kareem Hunt for a 2028 5th round pick, Superflex tight end premium, 10 teams, start 12, 1 PPR. Give me that 5th round pick. So value adjacent players, that's a disgusting thing. I guess I would have Kareem Hunt above, maybe P. Ryan above them all, and I'll put Kareem Hunt on the second one. That's fine. Value adjacent running backs, P. Ryan above, and everyone else behind him. Gross. That was gross. Next guy is going to be minus 181 on Trey McBride. So that's That's probably doesn't even move him a whole tight end spot, does it? Or it moves him one, tight end 1 to tight end 2. So nothing crazy with this one. He's worth around 101 plus, and he's worth more than a 2027 early first. So me personally would like to down tier on Trey McBride. Maybe I'm trying to play too cute, but he's not going to have a season like he did last year. He had a record-setting season last year, literally. Cardinals should be playing from behind a lot this offseason too, but they passed the ball the most, literally. I forget how many passes. I think it was like 613, 619. They had the most passes in the NFL last season. I do not foresee that coming again this year. I just told Jacoby Brissett thing. Carson Beck, Gardner Minshew should be probably better for the team, but Jacoby Brissett is definitely best for Trey McBride. So that's a yikes for me. I mean, it's probably still going to be Jacoby Brissett, but, you know, everything lined up perfectly last year for Trey McBride to pop off, and, you know, he literally did. He peaked. You know, he set all the records and everything, so, yes, I do think he has peaked. Will he still be probably a top 3 tight end? Yes, but, yes, he probably will. Does he really have that tight end 1 overall ability still? I'd say it dropped off. I'd say it dropped a bit. So, Trey McBride for CJ Stroud and Christian Watson. Superflex 10 team, start 10.5 PPR. Give me, I'd probably still take McBride right here. I need something higher than Stroud. Trey McBride for BTJ, 2028 first. Jonathan Brooks, Eli Raridon, Superflex, tight end premium. 12 team, start 10, 1 PPR. This is the one I did earlier, right? Yeah, so Trey McBride. I was like going through the mental gymnastics in my head, and I was like, why does it sound so familiar? Trey McBride, T-Mac for Brock Bowers and Chris Olave. Superflex, tight end premium. 12 team, start 9, 1 PPR. Give me this right side. I do like T-Mac over Chris Olave, and I have talked about tearing down from Brock Bowers, but not like that. Not like that. You want to tear down from Brock Bowers and get something crazy. I need a better wide receiver than McMillan if I'm going to go down to McBride. And then with McBride, this is a good tier up to Brock Bowers, I guess you would say, because you give up T-Mac, but you do still get Chris Olave back, so that's cool. Value adjacent players: Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Malik Neighbors, Trey McBride, CeeDee Lamb, Drake London, and a 2027 early first. I probably have the quarterbacks up there still. I want to put Trey McBride over Neighbors, but that's probably how it is. That's fine the way it is. Value adjacent tight ends: that's fine the way it is. That's cool. Next guy's Bryce Young, minus 168 on him. Nothing too crazy. He just didn't get a contract extension this year. They're going to make him play on it and make him earn it. So that's probably why the valuation dropped just a bit for him. He's already kind of down there. 2026, 107 to 111, and a late first to early second in 2027. He's in the tier 8 of QBs. He's QB 23 right now. Bryce Young for a 2027 third. It's a 1 QB 10 team, start 8, 1 PPR. I think you can get a better quarterback. It's a 1 QB. You probably have something on the waivers too. It's not that serious. I'd rather have the third, I guess. I mean, if you need a quarterback, obviously take Bryce Young for this third, and you know your waivers are barren. But I'd rather have that third. Chris Olave, Devontae Smith, Bryce Young's 2 seconds in 2027, and Tajay Spears for a 2027 first. Roma Dunze, Stafford, Rashad White, Brandon Ayuk, Superflex 10 team, start 9, 1 PPR. Go through the ringer real quick. Give me this side. The best wide receiver here is a Dunze. I'd rather honestly have Devontae Smith, and you get Olave on here too. I know Stafford was really good last year. You get the youth in Bryce Young, 2027 first. You got 2 seconds right here. It's close enough. Give me this side. Bryce Young, 107 for Jackson Dart, Superflex tight end premium. Both teams start 10.5. I think the values right here with Bryce Young still. I honestly don't really like Jackson Dart. I think they're gonna have him run a lot less. They're definitely gonna beat that into his head. I think that one game he had like 25 rushes. That's crazy, dude. I live in the blue tent. I think 107 and Bryce Young's a little crazy. So call me crazy. I'm gonna stay with Bryce Young. Bryce Young 107 is what I'm staying with. So value Jason overall: Laporta, Casey Concepcion, ETN Achan, Bryce Young, Murray late first in 2028, and Baishaw Tuden. I think I'd have it this way. Honestly, I think I'd have Bryce Young over Kyler Murray, just in the longevity at the QB position. Makes sense to me. Obviously, Murray can make his resurgence, or he could just fall off. You know, look what happened to Russell Wilson. You know, he just never was the same again when he took this veteran minimum $1 million deal type structure. Maybe they just truly fell off. I don't know. The value, I would say the value still goes to Bryce Young currently. Could Kyler Murray jump over him? He definitely could. Value adjacent quarterbacks: Jared Goff, Mayfield, Darnold, Bryce Young, Murray, Daniel Jones, Willis. I'm putting Bryce Young over Sam Darnold, but everything else is fine with me. Probably have Malik Willis maybe above Mayfield. Alright, nah. Malik Willis could be ahead of Kyler Murray. He got the. Come on. Got the youth and the legs. Next guy is JSN, minus 160. That's like a whole one, probably. He's worth more than the 101 in 2026, more than an early 2027 first two. He went down 332. And he went down 160. Right here, peak wide receiver 1. This is probably when Puka had all his controversy. Probably when Puka went to rehab and everything. Actually, he should already be ahead of Puka right here. I don't know when he jumped. I mean, this is like right when they won the Super Bowl, so I mean, this makes sense. Personally, still got Jamar Chase at number 1. Might be a Puka lover. Have Puka as my wide receiver 2. JSN could be wide receiver 3. That's fine with me in my eyes. So we got JSN, Fernando Mendoza, 2 and a 3 for Malik Neighbors, Jackson Dart, Travion Henderson, and a 4th Superflex tight end premium. 12 teams, start 10, 1 PPR. Honestly, I'd rather just keep this left side. I think JSN, if you're going to trade JSN away, you got to sell him by himself and just get as much as you can. You get Malik Neighbors out of this, you get Travion Henderson, but you do have to also give up Fernando Mendoza, probably the 102. I don't want to break this down value by value, but I feel like this value is still too high on the side. So I'm going to go with that. JSN for 2027 first, 2028 first, and 2 seconds. Superflex, tight end premium. 12 teams, start 10, tiered PPR. Give me JSN on this one. These are probably the same person's picks, so they pick up JSN for the free. You know, they're not giving up players. That's going to be, these are all late, so these are going to be a late first, late second. It's going to be 2 late firsts in 2 different years and 2 late second in 2 different years. That's not enough for JSN. Definitely need more. If I sell off for like a rebuild, you kind of got to get like some players back, you know, like actual players who already are established or, you know, already had a good year and they're going to look like they're on the rise. You don't just get random picks out of this. That's how you hurt yourself. That's how you know, just don't get all the value back. JSN for Malik Neighbors, 411, 204, 407. No, that's not enough. Superflex tight end premium, 12 teams, start 10.5. That is not enough, especially if you value JSN as the wide receiver 1 overall. So no, that's not even close, if I'm being honest. Malik Neighbors definitely has to take a hit with this ACL stuff, all this news coming out. He might start on the pup. You got to push him down a little bit. Come on. Value Jason players: Josh Allen, Jamar Chase, Gibbs, JSN, Drake May, Puka, Bowers. I'd probably have it that way. I don't think I'd take Drake May above JSN, even though people have him as QB2. He's QB2 right here, actually, but I would not take him above JSN. And I'd probably take Jahmyr Gibbs above him. Obviously, Bijan, who's probably number 1. Value adjacent wide receivers: Jamar Chase, JSN, Puka. I'm putting Puka above him. I'm putting Puka above. This is a 900 gap. That's just because of the rehab, man. That's just because of the rehab. But I'm totally fine if you guys switch this around, but I personally like Puka more. And our last guy's going to be Omar Cooper Jr., minus 160 as well. 111 to 203 in 2026 and 2027 early to mid second. He's dropped 160 ever since being drafted, probably right here somewhere. 33, and he dropped 1 to 34. Dropped to 35 within the last like 2 days. Why did he drop? I have no idea why he would drop. Using Sadiq more, maybe a lot of Adonai Mitchell catches. Garrett Wilson looking good again. Maybe Geno Smith, when he had the allegations and everything on him. Maybe that could have just dropped all of the New York Jets in general, because, you know, I like Cade Klubnik. He's not Geno Smith. Geno Smith looked really bad last year, but, you know, the Raiders' O-line was pretty bad, you know, and he needs some time back there. When he doesn't have time, he's pressured, he sucks. You know, he rushes it out, throws the ball, turnovers, da-da-da-da-da. I mean, you could attack quarterbacks. You could say he's an NFL quarterback. He shouldn't, you know, be doing that anyway. He shouldn't be panicking. Look how many years he's been in the game. Y'all know what you had when you signed him, you know, and you guys know what you had when you guys got him on your team. That's just how he plays. He needs a line to at least good enough to hold long enough to go through some of his progressions. Otherwise, he freaks out, and I feel like he's always been like that. So, what you was getting into there. And the Jets O-line, you know, it's only been getting better since last year. So I think he's going to be pretty good. He's going to be suitable. He's going to be good enough to get Garrett Wilson top 5 wide receiver probably again. So let's look at the trades. Emeka Egbuka, Omar Cooper Jr., Blake Corum for Justin Jefferson. Give me Justin Jefferson. He reflects 12 teams, start 9, 1 PPR. That's a buy low for Justin Jefferson. That's Egbuka and a first essentially for Justin Jefferson. Totally cool with that. And Blake Corum. Can't pretend like Blake Corum's not there. He's going to eat up more snaps from Kyle Kyler Williams. That's cool. Give me Justin Jefferson. Fernando Mendoza, Omar Cooper Jr., 1 and a 2. Superflex tight end premium. 10 teams, start 12, 1 PPR. Give me, I would take Fernando Mendoza and Omar Cooper Jr. You only have to pay a 2027 first for them. I'll take that. Obviously, if this is like both early picks, we can fight and argue about it there, but Fernando Mendoza should be 102 to 105 in Superflex leagues already. That's already saying that's going to be an early first type of thing. Just give me Mendoza and Cooper. Omar Cooper Jr., Ramondre Stevenson for J-Mo and Marshawn Lloyd. Superflex 12 teams, start 9, 1 PPR. I don't really love J-Mo like that. I guess I'd just take Cooper and Ramondre Stevenson. Value adjacent players, 2027 second, Malik Willis, Matthew Stafford, Omar Cooper Jr., Parker Washington, Josh Downs, Matthew Golden. I'd probably keep him right there. Maybe Parker Washington above him. You could fight me for Josh Downs above him, but that's probably around the right spot. Value adjacent wide receivers, Alec Pierce, Christian Watson, Jordan Addison, Omar Cooper Jr., Parker Washington, Josh Downs, Matthew Golden. Value-wise, I think this is probably right. Same thing, Parker Washington, Josh Downs could be above him. I think I'd take Jordan Addison above Omar Cooper Jr. if I'm being honest. Christian Watson just got paid out. You got to respect it. Alec Pierce also got paid out. Got to respect it. Got to push him up a little bit. So that makes sense to me. About right there. Hopefully that was insightful and showed you a little bit of the community sentiment on these players. There wasn't anything super crazy today, but making the little moves during the offseason can certainly pay dividends come regular season time. But you can't do that without your daily dose of send that trade. Send it. Send it. That's it for today, though. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, rebuilds fade, dynasties reign.